This week we're going to highlight the latest crop condition ratings as well as crop progress and take a look at short-term weather trends as harvest approaches. We're going to turn our attention to South America where the Brazilian harvest is wrapping up. We're going to come back and look at unshipped sales of U.S. corn, which continue to be at very high levels, and wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the tail end of August here and we're getting very close to harvest progress picking up in the Midwest. Let's take a look at the latest crop condition ratings from USDA. USDA came out this week with unchanged good to excellent ratings at 71%. Notice last year at this time was 65%. We did see some deterioration across Iowa and Illinois. We saw some improvement across Nebraska and Minnesota. Let's take a look at our aggregate crop condition index here. Notice how it continues to track very closely with what we saw back in 2016. Again, the second highest level we've seen in the last decade. Let's take a look at crop progress now. We're looking at U.S. corn dented. On average, U.S. corn dented increases approximately 31% from August 24th to 7th. So again, once we get past Labor Day, this crop will be maturing and be ready for harvest. Let's shift gears now and take a look at the latest short-term weather trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Starting out here looking at a very cool pattern all across the Midwest through at least Friday, Saturday. All across that light blue area, we're looking at 6 to 14 degrees below normal. That means highs in the 60s and 70s and lows in the 40s and 50s. Let's take a look at rainfall. We're also looking at fairly dry pattern across pretty much that same area through at least Friday of this week. Now there's some moisture as we shift gears towards Thursday and Friday of this week across the south, all across that green area, if you will. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Not much corn and beans down there. Will recharge soil moisture for wheat planting this fall. Let's take a look at total precip now over the next 2 weeks. Now we're looking here at some pretty dry conditions across the heart of the Midwest the next 2 weeks. As we move further west, there is a little bit more rainfall as we just highlighted. But for the most part, as you get into Labor Day, it looks like it's going to be fairly dry. Let's shift gears now and focus on harvest trends in Brazil. Now the Brazilian corn harvest, we're looking at about 95% done. So we're really at the tail end, and most of that's in the southern states. Here's the key message about Brazil. As harvest is finished now, Brazil is gearing up their export program. In fact, their month-to-date exports here in August are just short of 5 million tons. That's 600,000 tons ahead of last year. The pace is on track to reach 6.8 million tons. That's nearly 800,000 tons more than August of 2024. So Brazil is prepared to compete with the U.S. now through the remainder of 2025. Speaking of exports, let's take a look at unshipped sales here in the U.S. Now, despite that Brazilian program gearing up, we continue to see strong interest in U.S. corn. Notice the unshipped sales combined old and new crop, second highest level of the last 25 years. So in that yellow box, we're looking for September, October, November shipments to be slightly above last year. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn. December corn, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $4.10 a bushel. Notice we've seen a bit of a rebound here. If we're looking between now and harvest there's still time for that market to be volatile, both to the upside and the downside. That's why we continue to encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.